Hello, I'm Chris Owens, and this is the Dude Review. Hey there, my name's Chris Owens. I'm a guest reviewer for the Dude Review, and up for review today is the long-awaited DVD release of X-Men First Class. First class piece of work it is, too, because everyone today seems to love the X-Men more than almost any other comic book characters out there. But this is so much more than a comic book movie. It's a great action movie, got great acting. It's anything you could basically want in a film today. So, what's the story? Well, I'll tell you. It's set up to be a prequel that explains the origins of Charles Xavier and Eric Lenscher, two friends who are learning their powers, but their different ideals on mutant kind separate them, and thus they become Professor X and Magneto, the X-Men and the Brotherhood of Mutants. Now, the whole story itself is tied in with sort of a parallel universe that's set up as an alternate timeline with the Cuban Missile Crisis, which is single-handedly put together by a villain that is perfectly portrayed by Kevin Bacon, although every time he comes on screen, he looks like he's strutting into the next scene for Footloose. Now, for all you comic book fans out there are plenty of surprise appearances by characters, explaining origins for those like Mystique and Beast, as well as long-awaited characters like Azazel, Emma Frost, and Riptide. Now, there's also a very special cameo that puts the one of Bill Murray in Zombieland to shame. So how's the acting? Well, I gotta say, I was really impressed with James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender as Charles Xavier and Eric Lenscher, respectively. They really bring emotion to the parts, especially Michael Fassbender, who reveals a very deeper, more dramatic story to that of Magneto, one you wouldn't expect or see coming at all. The only unfortunate thing is that a couple of the characters, like Angel Salvador and Banshee, feel like they were loosely thrown in there to kind of put together some sort of a plot point, but it's nowhere near as bad as X-Men Origins Wolverine, where you have too many characters, too many of them redone, and comic book fans are outraged. Don't worry, we won't have another Deadpool incident on our hands. Ryan Reynolds, what did you do? In terms of other characters, Kevin Bacon really stands out as a really sinister villain by the name of Sebastian Shaw, who leads the so-called Hellfire Club, who wants to pretty much start World War III. Honestly, I couldn't see anyone else in this part. I was a little hesitant at first, because I'm thinking Kevin Bacon, superhero movie. That's like Lindsay Lohan and Rehab. It sort of doesn't mix. But I'm surprised to say we can leave the Lindsay incident out because Bacon fits the part perfectly. He blends in well with the universe, and it ties in other events together, although there are a certain couple key events that certain comic book fans will probably get mad at because of the inaccuracies. However, it's really nothing that needs crying over, unlike Deadpool. Darn you, Gavin Hood! Now, the film itself also serves to tie in certain loose plot points that you may never have understood, such as, why did Charles Xavier become paralyzed in the first place? Where did Magneto get the shiny helmet? Why isn't Deadpool a really good character in X-Men Origins Wolverine? And it definitely goes to show that X-Men First Class is definitely one of the better superhero movies that has come out recently. And it really ties in well with the whole universe as a whole, but also the script writing should actually be very well praised, because it really gives the characters the emotion that they need, and gives certain other characters a sort of depth you never knew they had. So what comes with the DVD? Well, this is just the basic DVD, nothing much to it except a behind-the-scenes documentary called Children of the Atom. And that really does give some insight as to some of the cool effects, like how does Azazel disappear and whatnot, and as well as casting. And it's really kind of interesting if you like behind-the-scenes things. Otherwise, the movie itself is really what you're going to be wanting to look at here. All in all, I'd have to say that X-Men First Class is definitely a must-buy, one that you have to keep on your shelf, whether you've grown up with the comics or you just want a good summer action flick, or if you really want to see some good acting. Purchase it immediately. I'd give it 4 out of 4 stars. It is definitely worth looking at. Now, if you want to look at any of our other reviews, feel free to subscribe. The link below, right here, is where it'll be. And check us out, and we'll be here for more DVD, video game, as well as upcoming movie reviews. I'm Chris Owens, and I hope you have an exciting time.